Joe Biden is out, Kamala Harris is in, and that changes the 2024 presidential campaign in a lot of ways. Let's look at 5 of them. Number 1, Donald Trump is now the old man in this race. He had perfected the attacks on Biden as the 81-year-old, and people were able to forget that he's 78. Now he's running against a 59-year-old candidate, and that turns the age question on him. Number 2, Kamala Harris has generated all of a sudden massive enthusiasm and money that President Biden could not generate. The question is, how does she turn that into votes? Can Democrats leverage all of that enthusiasm with their organizing efforts and turning out voters? Number 3, Donald Trump has to find a new argument. He had perfected his attacks on Joe Biden, particularly on age and ability. But Kamala Harris is 59 years old. She comes in fresh. He has to figure out how to saddle her with the liabilities of the Biden administration, but also run against her as a distinct candidate. Number 4, Kamala Harris has to play it forward. An incumbent president running for re-election is pitching things for the future, but is very much asking to be rewarded for what they've already done. That was the kind of campaign President Joe Biden was running. Certainly Harris, as his second in command, will have some of his liabilities, inflation and the border. She will get to take credit for the administration's accomplishments, but she's going to have to play it forward. Number 5, the Electoral College is a new landscape now. President Biden's struggles had basically reduced the map to those Rust Belt states, Wisconsin, Michigan, Pennsylvania, that Trump won in 2016, that Biden flipped in 2020. North Carolina, Georgia, Arizona, these Sun Belt states looked like they were moving away from President Biden. Now with Harris in the race and that energy and enthusiasm among younger voters, voters of color, Black women, especially working age women, that kind of changes the map and does create a 2-front battle again in the Electoral College, the Rust Belt front, where it's always been close in recent history, and the Sun Belt front, where Harris is going to try to capitalize on this new enthusiasm.